it's averaging about 500 or less watts and just under 4 amps. So we'll see how well it goes. So far I'm pretty happy with it. The water is looking nasty, so it must be definitely taking the stuff out. I didn't put anything in special, like I didn't sort it specially or anything, so I think it does need more water. But it'll be over soon anyway, it shouldn't harm it. Next time I'll fill up a little bit more water. But we're coming up on the 3-minute mark on this thing anyway. Yeah, I think I'll squeeze the close out before I hit the drain. And then set the camera up for the spin cycle and everything. And check how much power the drain uses. Yeah, so it's pretty efficient since it pulses on for like a minute and then shuts off. But I'm sure the dryer's another story. So we know the washer wattage rating is a little generous, like Stu suspected. But still, for 500 watts on for a minute, drying at 4 amps for 1 minute, isn't too bad, I don't think. So, but you'll want to have this thing on 1000 watt pure sine wave inverter, which I have. I think my issue was not enough water in there, but we'll see what happens. We're coming up on the end of this wash already, which is nice. The max even goes 15 minutes, by the way. I don't know if you can see the dial. Coming up. Now the spin water inlet, it's kind of interesting to me. I'm not sure what that is. So I'm guessing that's the mid cycle. Yeah, if you did this at noon hour on your system, or when you have a good day of sunlight, you're going to have no issues, I don't think. Especially since it's kind of on, off every once in a while. Now, that's not a lot of clothes, but if I'm just a single guy, so that's not too bad at all. We're coming up on the end here, guys. I'm gonna wring this stuff out and put it in the section. Yep. One final go. Maybe one more. Nope, that's it. Okay. So we'll back this up. Here's the pusher down thingy. I'm going to pull these out one by one and squeeze them out. I don't know if you guys can see me, but whatever. Yeah, I don't know exactly what the rinse cycle entails on this, but I'm sure most of the soapy water will be taken off as I do a dry rinse here, or a manual rinse. Let's see if I can fit all the clothes in there. Here's a pair of pants, I think. Holy crap. I don't know if I want to put the rest in. What I'll do is I'll throw this on drain now, and then I'll just cover this. There's the guy there. Shut that lid, shut that lid, shut that lid, and I'm going to throw this on drain. I just turn this knob. Now I'm going to watch this thing, and possibly you'll be able to see the laundry tub here, hose. So I'll turn the other camera on. Make sure we're on watts. Okay, other camera's on. I'm going to drain. And I'm going to hold on to this hose just in case. Yes, sir. And we're reading 13 watts, believe it or not, on the, you guys will see that on the other camera. And then I'll quickly switch that over to, because I don't really need to hold that. Amps 0.42 for that little pump to drain the water in the washer side of the Panda. So we'll go back to amps, or watts I mean, 13. So it's still sooty in there. I'm not used to using this type of washer before, so I think that's it. Okay, let me squeeze out the clothing if I can. It's just a couple socks and a couple stuff left, but I'll save that for whatever. Okay, I think that's it for the pump. So I'm going to shut that off. It's still flooding in there, so I'll close that for now. Now, spin timer. Got it on normal, and I'm going to set this to spin, and we'll see. I guess 3 minutes is good. Okay, so it's spinning up. I got 300 watts reading on the meter. I'm going to switch over to amps. Okay, it's just about 2 amps, and I have the load balanced out really nicely because you don't hear any wobbling or noise. So it's spinning the water off these clothes, and down the drain it goes. So that's pretty neat. We'll see how dry this stuff comes out. I only did 2 or 3 minutes, so we'll see. So it's basically 2 amps for the spin cycle, and dancing around just under 200 watts. It's reading about 160, 170 every once in a while. So I'll shut the other camera off, and now that we know every single power usage, this thing sucks. So yeah, I'll shut the other camera off. It's pretty quiet too. That's the quietest dryer I have ever heard. Never had a spin dryer before, so. And then I'll do the rest of the load and finish this off. So we'll see how well the clothes come out dry-wise, and I'll hang them up. We're down to a minute already. Yeah, 3 minutes sounds just about right for getting the water out. So that's good. Now, when you are done finishing drying and washing, you want to leave the lids up and have the machine unplugged so it can air dry, so you don't get any mold or craziness. Now, I could have missed a step and needed to do a rinse cycle, but you guys will let me know. But we'll see how well things come out. Okay, so it ramped down. The motor's ramping down there, as you can see. It hit the timer, hit the end point. I'm going to let this thing totally stop before I even get in there. Now it's starting to rock a bit. Now it's pretty much stopped. Oh wow, that's impressive. Ooh, a little hair there. So yeah, no soapy suds, and this is it's pretty dry. Unbelievable. I could hang that up and it'll be dry by tonight. So that was a long pair of pants, cargo pants, some pairs of socks, pair of shorts, another pair of shorts. Not too bad. So I'm going to throw the rest of the gear in, finish my load. So, a pair of shorts. We'll do another pair of shorts, and then the rest of my socks. And then we gotta put this thing down. You gotta have this down in there, or things don't go well. So we'll close that. We'll close this again, and we'll do my final spin dry. Another 3 minutes. You can hear it really ramping up. It's actually not generous on the drying cycle. on the rating plate. It's actually a little less than what it says, so that's pretty good. See the water draining out of there. I'm definitely going to rig up something better than this. Even though it works, it still seems a little flimsy to me. So you never have to look at it again. Do it once, right? When it's permanently in its location. But this unit is nice and quiet, and I like it so far. I really do. Because for just me, a couple loads in midday on your solar power system, you're not going to have issues. Pretty neat. I'm going to move the Panda into the far room where the plants are. Open the lids so the plants will have some nice humidity in the air. And yeah, that pretty much concludes the video, guys. Pretty impressive. I think it's worth the money. Definitely. I'll just have to rig up a system to help speed up drying. Like, I'm thinking those mini USB fans. If I can get a whack of those. And just have them blow across a hanger system. That should do it. Oops. So now it's just going to finish up the final spin. It's at the minute point now. I don't have a hanger in my room for that, but whatever. Just about finished here. There she goes. So now it's going to ramp down, and I will totally wait till everything stops moving. And I say that's a pretty good test of this unit. Ooh. There we go. Wow. Can't believe how well that does that. I've never had a spin dryer before, so pretty insane. Okay, other camera's on. I'm going to drain. And I'm going to hold on to this hose just in case. Yes, sir. And we're reading 13 watts, believe it or not, on the... You guys will see that on the other camera. And then I'll quickly switch that over to... Guess I don't really need to hold that. Amps 0.42 for that little pump to drain the water in the washer side of the Panda. So we'll go back to amps, or watts I mean, 13. So it's still sooty in there. I'm not used to using this type of washer before, so I think that's it. Here, let me squeeze out the clothing if I can. It's just a couple socks and a couple stuff left. But I'll save that for whatever. Okay, I think that's it for the pump. So I'm going to shut that off. It's still a little suddy in there. So I'll close that for now. Now, spin timer. Got it on normal. And I'm going to set this to spin. And we'll see. I guess 3 minutes is good. Okay, so it's spinning up. I got 300 watts reading on the meter. I'm going to switch over to amps. Okay, it's just about 2 amps. And I have the load balanced out really nicely because you don't hear any wobbling or noise. So it's spinning the water off these clothes and down the drain it goes. So that's pretty neat. We'll see how dry this stuff comes out. I only did 2 or 3 minutes, so we'll see. So it's basically 2 amps for the spin cycle and dancing around just under 200 watts. It's reading about 160, 170 every once in a while. So I'll shut the other camera off. And now that we know every single power usage, this thing sucks. So yeah, I'll shut the other camera off. This thing's still on the tripod, so the legs are in the way, but the Panda's in here, air drying. I didn't use that hose, so I'm just gonna tuck that in there. I tucked the drain hose here. I have both lids open. That's what they recommend. Let that air dry and maybe keep these plants happy. Even though it looks like rain outside. Thunderstorm city right now. But I think the test went really well. Love it. It's real quiet actually. And definitely you'll be able to run this on your solar system. No ifs, ands, or buts about that. Just have a 1000 watt pure sine wave because it does have motors and pumps. So motors and pumps don't like modified. They like pure sine wave inverters. So I'm going to use, for all my other electronics, so I use mod sine wave. And that's the cheapest way to go. But for motors and stuff, definitely this. So that worked out really well, guys. So pretty happy with that buy. And I'll let you know if these, I laid the clothes out here on top of my dryer clothes because I don't have a rack set up in here yet. Well, it's not going to be in here anyway, but over at the tiny house. So I just wanted to get over, test this. But they're here laid out, spread out, and then on top of the rest of my clothing, and hopefully by tonight or tomorrow morning they'll be totally dry. I don't think there'll be an issue with that. So oh, and here's all my glass planters done for the season. They've been in the dishwasher actually. I rinsed them outside good, the garden hose, and then I threw them in the dishwasher. And then now they're just hanging out till next time. So that's it for now, guys.